Well, good evening, everyone. We'd like to call our September 9th City Council meeting to order. Welcome all those who are joining us in the audience, those who are joining us remotely. Real quick, before we get into the invocation and Pledge of Allegiance, I'd like to acknowledge State Representative Marvin Lucas, who's with us. Good evening, sir, and welcome. Make sure any other elected officials or past elected officials, I don't want to miss anyone. All right. Well, moving into the invocation, we ask that Captain Garrett Rogerson from the Fayetteville Fire Department, if he would come, give us our prayer. Ask that all would please stand for the invocation. Immediately following, if we could repeat the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good evening, and thank you for this opportunity, Mayor and City Council. Thank you, Chief Dove, for asking me to come forth this evening, lead you guys in prayer. I just want to thank the elected officials and the Mayor and the Fire Chief for the responsibility of being a chaplain and what we do for the department and its members. We care about the overall spiritual well-being of the fire department, its members, and its families. We also may be requested to minister to firefighters and civilians alike on scenes of emergency incidents. So thank you, Chief Dove. At this time, I'll lead us in prayer. Lord, thank you for this opportunity to come before you in prayer to ask your blessings on our elected officials as they discuss the needs of our city. Give them the wisdom and guidance to lead our city in unity and in love, that we can be a community that thrives. Keep us safe, Lord, and let our lives be pleasing unto you. In your precious name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Chaplain and Captain Rogerson. Thank you for your service to the community as well. Thank you, Chief Dove, for loaning your chaplain to us tonight for prayer. Council, as we move to announcements, we'll go to Councilmember Hondros. I think he had an announcement.
Mr. Mayor, just want to remind the community this weekend, this Saturday and Sunday, the 14th and 15th of September, is our annual Greek Festival at the Saints Constantine and Helen Greek Orthodox Church at the main campus in Haymount on Oak Ridge Avenue. So everybody come out Saturday and Sunday. It'll be a good time and good food had by all.
Thank you, sir. We'll definitely have to remember that and the good spaghetti that comes along with that. Oh, okay.
Different fundraisers. Spaghetti's
all
November.
Right. So I was ahead of myself. All right. Well, thank you, Councilmember Hondros. So, as with every meeting, we always like to acknowledge our own, particularly the young men and women of this community that are doing exceptional things. And tonight we have the opportunity to acknowledge Mr. Tyler Brandon Moore. That was recently, let me make sure I get this right for Mr. Bays. It was recently aired on WRAL and then World News Tonight. So he told me to make sure that World News Tonight came after WRAL. But a phenomenal young man that has accomplished some great things, and we have prepared a small token of our appreciation for you, Tyler, and your family. If you could meet me at the podium, Mayor Pro Tem Jensen, who always takes all of the credit for any Northside product, is going to read the proclamation. So, Tyler, you and your parents, if you want to meet me at the podium.
Which we are Northside kids, and where we grow leaders on the North Side. So we are very proud of Tyler. Whereas Tyler Brandon Moore was born on August 16th, 2007 in Fayetteville, North Carolina, to Mr. Donald and Marva Moore, and has since demonstrated exceptional dedication and achievement in his academic and extracurricular pursuits. And whereas Tyler is currently a distinguished honor student and student athlete at Northwood Temple Academy, where he maintains an impressive 4.3 GPA and is a valued member of Northwood Temple Academy basketball team. And whereas Tyler exhibits the passion for diverse interests, including basketball, golf, aviation, and has recently achieved a remarkable milestone by working towards becoming one of the youngest licensed pilots in North Carolina and in the United States. Tyler's commitment to excellence and his historic aspirations in aviation reflect his determination and ambition, showcasing his potential to make significant contributions to his field of interest. And whereas Tyler continues to pursue his goals and unwavering dedication, he aspires to attend the United States Air Force Academy, yay, to further his aviation career and contribute the nation's defense and advancement. Now, therefore, I, Mitch Colvin, the mayor of the city of Fayetteville, North Carolina, on behalf of the city council and our 208,000 residents, do hereby honorably proclaim September 9th, 2024, in honor of Tyler Brandon Moore. In witness thereof, I here do onset my hand of the great seal of the city of Fayetteville, affixed this 9th day of September 2024. And I'm going to meet you down there.
So let's turn around. We got to turn around for Gilbert. All right, let's turn around for. Word? Or your mom? Your dad? No? Yeah, appreciate y'all. Yeah, good job on this young man. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Alpha.
I knew it. I was waiting on you.
Let's give Tyler another round of applause. Basketball, golf, and a pilot? Wow, that's impressive, man. And 4.3 GPA. Let's not forget about that. That's the most important part. So thank you, Tyler. Continue the good work. We know you will do well, and we'll continue to watch you. And I'll take some of Mayor Pro Tem's credit on that we all collectively are proud to represent you, my friend. All right, so we do have a proclamation to acknowledge National Information and Technology Professionals Day. So I will ask that the members of, I guess, our IT team will meet me at the podium. And then I'll just stay up for this.
Okay.
Oh, that's everybody. All right. All right. Yeah, the crew is here.
Whereas the National Information Technology Professional Day is on the third Tuesday of every September to recognize technological experts, network engineers, system administrators, database administrators, and many more IT professionals that make sure our computer system is running smoothly. And whereas the National Information Technology Professionals Day was created in 2015 in the effort to show appreciation for technology professionals who provide solutions to ensure the company's network operates flawlessly, and whereas the City of Fayetteville, North Carolina, recognizes our IT department as nothing less than essential to our success. And whereas the City of Fayetteville recognizes the importance and benefits of IT professionals as an integral role in enriching the lives of our community members, securing a desired place to live, work, play, and visit. And whereas the City Council commends the work of the IT department, we extend appreciation for the vital role IT department manages in our daily operations of our city. Now, therefore, I, Mitch Colvin, the mayor of the City of Fayetteville, North Carolina, on behalf of the City Council and more than 2,008 citizens, do hereby honorably proclaim the 17th day of September in the year 2024 as National Information Technology Professionals Day. In witness thereof, I have hereunto set the hand of the great seal of the City of Fayetteville to be affixed this 9th day of September 2024. Mayor Mitch Colvin.
A few short words. Thank you, Mayor Colvin. On behalf of the IT department, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to Mayor Colvin and City Council for this proclamation in recognition of National IT Day. It is an honor to serve the city of Fayetteville, and we are proud of the role we play in supporting the city's mission through technology. The recognition reflects the dedication and hard work of the entire team, and we look forward to continuing to innovate and improve the services we provide. Thank you so much for this meaningful acknowledgement.
And you all need a whole separate award for helping me and DJ through our iPads. So we appreciate it. All right. So, and we have one more recognition for National Day of Remembrance, and I'm not sure who will receive this. Huh? The Chiefs? All right. Chief Dove, Chief Bray, and Mayor Pro Tem will read this proclamation.
Whereas the city of Fayetteville and its citizens of our great city join with our fellow Americans across the nation in honoring and remembering those who lost their lives that terrible morning of September 11th, 2001. And whereas we continue to offer support to families and friends who lost their loved ones in the devastating events of this day, and especially our firefighters, police, and first responders who continue to step forward and serve our communities with dedication and vigilance. And whereas in the years since September 11th, hundreds of thousands of American troops have served and sacrificed around the world to protect the American people. And whereas, in honor of all the lives we lost almost 23 years ago, in honor of all the heroes that have given their whole souls to create this nation every moment since, may today not only be observed with solemn remembrance, but also the renew and resolve. Now, therefore, I, Mitch Colvin, Mayor of the City of Fayetteville, North Carolina, on behalf of the City Council and our 208,000 residents, do hereby notably proclaim September 11th, 2024 as National Day of Remembrance. In witness thereof, I hereunto set my hand in the cause of the Great Seal of the City of Fayetteville to be affixed this 9th day of September 2024. Mayor Mitch Colvin.
Say thank you for the recognition. You know, it's one of those days that I remember exactly where I was when I was notified about what happened. And to see all the police officers who sprung to action just to ensure that nothing like that was going to take place within our community. You know, it gave us a sense of pride of being first responders and being able there to do that. So again, thank you for the recognition.
Yeah, I'll echo what Chief Braden said. All across this country, there's first responders that would do the exact same thing today if it happened again. So we appreciate your recognition. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief Braden, Chief Dove, and all of the men of the fire and women of the fire department, as well as the police department, all those first responders across the nation and the community. Thank you for what you do every day, putting your life on the line to keep us safe. So we appreciate that. Council, as we move into the next item is the city manager's report. Mr. Hewitt.
Yes, sir. I'd ask Chief Dove if he could come back to the podium. He has a social announcement, and I will yield my time for him to make that tonight. Thank you.
Chief, you're busy tonight, huh?
Get my steps in. Thank you, Mr. Manager. Mr. Mayor, City Council, I'd like to introduce you to the city's new fire marshal. Fire Marshal Justin McLaurin was promoted this morning to fire marshal. He was our deputy fire marshal and our interim fire marshal while we were doing the search. We did a nationwide search. Justin performed well, rose to the top, and he starts with us today, and we're happy to have him. He's got 15 years of service in the fire business. He started on the back of a truck, then moved his way over into the inspection and code enforcement side. So we're happy to have him.
Thank you, Justin. Congratulations, sir.
First, I want to say thank you to our Lord and Savior. Honestly, if it weren't for him, I probably wouldn't be here. It's a big step for me in my career, so pretty nervous. I thank Chief Dove for believing in me. I'm still pretty young, so bear with me, Chief. And then another big rock in my family is my wife and kids. She stepped out with the youngest one over there. So for the last 8 years of my career, I have prepared for this position. So if it weren't for them, probably wouldn't be here as well. So thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, well, thank you. Congratulations. I know you'll do well. Smart man. Started with God and make sure you got the wife and kids after that. So. All right, council, moving to the next item, 6.0, the approval of the agenda. If we could entertain a motion on your pads. Got a motion by Councilmember Harris, seconded by Councilmember Thompson. Any discussion on the motion? All right, council, I look to you for your votes to approve the agenda. All right, motion carries. Moving to 7.0 is the public forum. Per City Council Policy 120.9, this is a time that residents may have input and a voice in what goes on in their city. The public forum will last no longer than 30 minutes. Each speaker is limited to 3 minutes each to address the City Council on issues related to the City of Fayetteville. No time will be yielded to any other speaker by another speaker. Individuals wishing to speak at tonight's public forum should have signed up with the Office of the City Clerk no later than 5 p.m. on the day of the meeting. When the city clerk calls your name, we ask that you please approach the podium. Please clearly state your name and address for the record. When the light located on the podium changes from green to yellow, it means you have 30 seconds remaining. And when the light changes from red, that means your time has expired. Any remaining speakers on the public forum list that did not have an opportunity to address the council will have the option to have their names placed at the beginning of the next scheduled meeting with public forum speakers. And with that, Madam Clerk, I'll actually call the first speaker.
Mayor, we have 6 speakers this evening. The first speaker, Mr. Cox, will not be here. Our first speaker will be Mr. John Garuso.
Good evening, Mr. Garuso.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, City Council members. Gotta give me 1 second. I'm not wearing my glasses. John G. Russo, 308 3rd Street, Fayetteville, North Carolina. We stand at a crossroads. We currently have the power to choose to be passive observers to the human suffering that surrounds us, or we can be catalysts for change. The choice is ours. Tonight, I propose that we lay the groundwork for a new era in our city, an era who those in crisis are not only seen, but supported, where despair is met with compassion and isolation is replaced with connection. The time has come to prioritize crisis intervention. It's more than just a service, it's a lifeline, a bridge between despair and resilience. It offers a sanctuary where individuals can express their emotions, seek guidance, connect with resources, and find the strength to weather the storm. Imagine a world where those facing overwhelming challenges have no one to turn to, a world where the human spirit is crushed by the weight of despair. Crisis intervention is the antidote to this grim reality. It empowers individuals to regain control, to find meaning in their suffering, and to emerge stronger than before. It's a testament to the inherent goodness of humanity, a reminder that we are not alone in this fight, a reminder that we are not alone in this struggle. How can we develop a crisis intervention program? Bottom line, we need peer support specialists. We need those who will be dispatched with emergency services to provide alternative solutions and follow on case management to those who are suffering. Those individuals experiencing crisis whose only options currently are to continue to despair, to go to the hospital, or to go to jail, none of which may be the correct solution to helping that person, our community, and our city. I am not advocating for the City Council or you, Mr. Mayor, to find a solution to this issue. I am the solution to this issue. I am currently ready to coordinate the training of peer support specialists who want to step into this role and fill out a crisis intervention team. We have people who want to be trained, we have trainers, and we can get facilities. The only thing we're missing is action from you. Let's develop a crisis intervention program under the Office of Community Safety that will make a real and lasting difference in our community. Mr. Mayor and council members, your actions will prove your intentions. Will you choose compassion over indifference? Will you choose hope over despair? Will you choose to be a catalyst for change or a passive observer towards human suffering? Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Our next speaker is Mr. Mohammed Sheikh. Mr. Mohammed Sheikh. Miss Peggy Thompson.
Good evening, Ms. Thompson.
Good evening, Mayor and council members here. My name is Peggy Thompson. I live downtown at 516 Bravery Lane. I have 3 concerns, possibly 4. I'm gonna make it fast because I'm kind of out of breath rushing to get here. First one is about the 988. Mental health crisis is in regards to our youth. I had a situation with my 17-year-old, and it turned out to be a chaotic mess. Getting mental health treatment is hard here. And I was a parent who wanted to help my son to be better. So when he turned 18 and 21, he know how to manage his anger and stuff. There's no resources here. I would share more, but I don't want to waste your time about it. But that is something that's very necessary because it will help decrease school violence. It will also decrease crime. School suspensions will go down. Parents won't have to be in court constantly. And families will have healthier relationships together. And more. Another thing that I like to address is the geese downtown. They stop traffic. There's no sign downtown that says do not feed the geese. I feed the geese too, but we have people who come in the neighborhood from outside the neighborhood to feed them. Now the geese is downstairs to the doorways. That's another issue. Not only am I cleaning the mold from the inside the apartment, now I got to scoop up geese poop and my kids track it inside. And there is an area at Walker Spivey Recreation Center. It needs a bright light. There's a custodian who goes there every morning to get the school opened, up and going. And I just feel like that's a safety concern. Last but not least, I ask that you please help the ones who are going through distressful situations that live in affordable housing. Affordable housing is necessary for parents, for kids. But if kids aren't in safe environments, they fail to do good in school. There's a story now on Amazon, Dying on Section 8, and it will tell you a lot about what's going on right here in some of these affordable housing. Thank you for your time.
Our next speaker is Ms. Felice Lockamy. Ms. Felice Lockamy. Mr. Chelenko Hurst. Mr. Chelenko Hurst. Mr. Charles Matthews.
Mr. Matthews, how you doing? I hadn't seen you in a while.
Yeah, evening. How we doing?
Yes, sir.
I'm Charles Matthews, and I live at 3618 Tyndall Court, Fayetteville, North Carolina. Most of you know me. I've been living off and on in this area since 1959. And yes, I'm old. I'm 87 years old, but I can shoot under my age on a golf course. 3 years have passed since I was contacted by you, the City Council. Your office and agreed with me on the flooding of downtown. You all agreed with me on the flooding. And it was concluded that you was going to replace Rosa Lake Dam. On January 23rd, 2024, Sheila Thomas and the engineer department came out and stated a temporary detention concept dam would be put in place. This detention concept dam would be much lower than the original dam that was breached by Mick Nolan and PwC. The city manager should have fired Mick Nolan for such negligence due to flooding of property damage caused by the breach of Rose Lake Dam. His title was changed, and he still runs PwC. PwC has a manhole on my property in the middle of Big Cross Creek. It is currently leaking sewer in the creek. This is a health and hazard problem that needs to be repaired. PwC also has a sewer line going across the corner of Rose Lake. The manhole in that area is leaking as well. These manholes are over 60 years old and should be replaced as soon as possible, some in different locations. The city manager is aware of these pending issues. However, he still let Mick Nolan and PwC do whatever they chose. Replacing Rose Lake Dam will stop the flooding downtown. If not, the flooding will continue. PwC should be given a mandate to replace the dam that they destroyed. We're in the city also. The city manager is aware of these pending problems and the loss of PwC. He should be replaced. It's high time we hire a new city manager. The city manager currently in charge is losing the city. The city manager is playing Russian roulette with the storms that are still to come. Thank you. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Mr. Matthews. Two things. One, I know Ms. Lexi's here from PwC. Ken, did you get notes on his information for those manholes? Because that is an immediate problem if that's the case. And Mr. Manager, I know this is kind of an ongoing thing, and of course, from the way that everything is structured, PwC and the board and the CEO, Mr. Nolan will, or that position falls under that organization more so than the city. But I do know that the city council had voted or made some action for Rosa Lake. Can you give an update on that?
Yes,
he
sir.
said Ms. Ambat had went out there in January. So you have the latest on that?
I will be happy to try to share that. And I want to start by saying that I appreciate Mr. Matthews' passion on this. It was because of that passion that myself and the city attorney actually went out and took a look of his property when I was first appointed as city manager, and somewhat surprised by his comments tonight. But I would also echo, Mayor, where you were going, that as the city manager, I have absolutely no control over PwC other than paying my own power bill. That's it. I consider Mick Nolan a friend, but I have no ability to control or direct his work whatsoever. But as it relates to the directions of the city council, trying to address the concerns that you've brought, we have done multiple studies as it relates to Roses Lake. One of them was actually following up on the information that you provided to us, which was whether if Roses Lake was able to be held as or restored, if it would alleviate the potential flooding in downtown. Based upon that as well, the city applied for various grants to try to bring that about. And that is something that is within our control, and that's something that the city and the city manager and city attorney and the city director of public services have worked on. But again, I appreciate your thoughts, appreciate your passion, even though they are both misguided as it relates to my role with PwC.
Mr. Hewitt, the update.
Sheila, if you have anything that you would add to the
Good evening, City Council. Yes, so Roses Lake, we did meet with the community in January of this year to get formal input from the community regarding putting in for a FEMA brick grant. And it was a public information session where we went ahead and put in for the grant. Subsequent to the meeting, we went ahead and we came to council and sought your permission. We got that as well, and we went ahead and put in for the application. We received word from FEMA that it was not awarded this year. We have also received word from our consulting firm that we're going to try and fine-tune the application and resubmit it for the next brick cycle. So we just got this information about 2 to 3 weeks ago, and we'll be circling back with this council as well as the community on the results of that FEMA award and what we're planning to do for the next year's cycle.
Okay, well, we appreciate that. I know this has been a long process. So all of the design, all of the studies and the formalities have been done. Now you're waiting to connect funding to the request?
Right, so most FEMA awards go for a benefit cost ratio of greater than 1. The primary beneficiaries of this work would be private property. We were able to show that there was a BCA, a benefit cost ratio of greater than 1. We don't have too many roads that are overtopping as a result, so this is a project that we're truly looking for a grant in order to move forward the project. We have many other projects where we have significant roadway flooding. This does not really result. The effects of Roses Lake and what it provides in terms of downtown flooding is marginal compared to some of other projects. However, there was enough information there for us to submit the grant for the flooding as it relates to the private properties.
All right, thank you. All right, so Madam Clerk, you said there were 2 more speakers that
Yes, sir.
are not on my list.
Yeah, they're not on the list. Our next speaker, is Mr. Sean McMillan.
Good evening, Mr. McMillan.
Evening.
Good job.
Good evening. First of all, I stand in solidarity with our allies in the fight for humane response to mental health crisis. I'm a firm believer in the power of peer support specialists and appreciate the residents who come forward now 2 months in a row to push for the crisis intervention team. Human progress is neither automatic nor inevitable. Every step toward the goal of injustice requires sacrifice, suffering, and struggle. The tireless and passionate concern of dedicated individuals. This is a quote by Martin Luther King, Jr. Tonight I'm here as a concerned individual calling again for the transparency and accountability surrounding the police-involved death of Lawrence Artis in October of last year. A year later, no death investigation documents have been released. Lawrence Artis was said to have shot himself while in FPD custody a year ago on October 2nd of last year and succumbed to his injuries while hospitalized just days later. On October 9th of last year, the City Council voted in a vote of 8-1 to request camera footage of the incident. What then was the update? I'm repeating a question posed last month about the status of the request for camera footage. Additionally, ShotSpotter, now named Sound Thinking, was initially linked to the call to intercept Lawrence Artis. In 2022, members of this community urged the City Council not to implement the electronic surveillance tool. The concern was that ShotSpotter increases unnecessary interactions between police and residents, too often resulting in police brutality and police homicide. It is important for us to reject the new renewal of ShotSpotter contract, but also for the public to have a clear understanding of the role that ShotSpotter played in the death of Lawrence Artis. We continue to stand in solidarity with those calling for the accountability following July's K-9 incident. We're also repeating calls for a sentinel review on this incident, as well as the sentinel reports on the police homicides of Jada Johnson and DeMarcus Brody. I also call for implementation of a policy that requires mandatory initiation of the sentinel review process, along with the requirement to publish a redacted report for public consumption. This proposed policy will be a small step towards systemic change around FPD transparency until such a time that independent oversight is made a priority and reestablished as a pillar of the OCS. We're repeating our request for an update on the hiring of OCS director and more transparency around the hiring process. At a minimum, reinforce plans to hire a NACO credential OCS director along with the data specialist. I'll end with an invitation to movement from 20 to 29 September the beloved community center led by the legendary NC activists, Reverend Nelson Johnson and Joyce Hobson Johnson, will march from Cullowhee in Western North Carolina to Wilmington. They'll be here on the 27th of September.
Thank you.
Invite you all and invite the public to join us in a march for unity and
Thank
justice.
you. Thank you, Mr. McMillan.
Our final speaker is Mr. Andrew Lame. Mr. Andrew Lame? Not here. No, that's the end of our speakers.
All right. So that will end our public forum. Council will move to the consent items 8.0A. Entertain a motion to move into consent for action on the consent. I think either Council. What is that on the? Okay. So either Councilmember Hondros or Harry, you want to do it? You had those items.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move that we approve the consent items.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. All right. So there's a motion by Councilmember Hondros, seconded by Councilmember Hare. Any discussion on the motion for consent approval? All right, Council, look to you for your votes. All right, Madam Clerk, that's unanimous. Those voting. Moving to item 9.01, presentation of appointment committee recommendations for boards and commissions. With that, I'll move to Councilmember Hare.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Before I move forward, let me make sure that I introduce all of our members of our committee. Of course, it's Mayor Pro Tem Jensen, Mayor Colvin, council members Hondros and Thompson, and myself as chair. Before I start going through the itemized list of each committee, I would like to move forward at this time and ask that our Ethics Commission and our Linear Park Commission be tabled until staff returns with some updates that they're giving us, sir.
All right, so Councilmember Hare, if I hear that correct, before you read the appointments that you're making, you ask that those two particular commissions be tabled. So that's a motion to do so.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there's a motion to table the Ethics Commission appointments as well as the Linear Council or the Linear Park Commission, seconded by Mayor Pro. Seconded by Councilmember Hondros. Discussion on the motion? All right, Council, I look to you for your votes on that. All right, Madam Clerk, that is unanimous by those voting. All right, now Chairman Hare.
Thank you, Mayor. As we move forward, I would like to bring forward the nominations from our August meeting for the following boards for approval. Our first committee, the Audit Commission, and we are asking that Tollett Skikes, if I'm saying that correct, be appointed and approved. We're asking that for the boards of appeals, Uniqua Barney. For Economic Development Board, Mr. William Hedgepath II. Fayetteville Advisory Committee on Transit, FAC, Sharon Moyer, Stephanie Jones. For our Fair Housing Board, Lawrence King Jr. and Melanie Shorter. Nominees for our Fayetteville Next Commission, Camilla Little, Desmond Ashford, Kendra Phillips, Laquita Miller, and Sophie Ford. I move into motion for our Human Relations Committee. Crystal Edmonds, Lindora Thompson, and Toshiba Nakasi. Okay, am I going okay? All right, good, good. And Tracy Pelt. I'm not getting any pushback from my
we've
members.
already asked for forgiveness on the front end.
Okay. For our Parks and Recreation Advisory Committee, Zora Cole. For our Planning Commission, Austin Joseph. Redevelopment Commission, Mr. Teddy Warner. For our Stormwater Advisory Board, Mr. Timothy Ingram. For our Record Review Board, okay, let's go for this. Philomena Lodazalo.
Lazadalo.
Okay, good, good. And for our Zoning Commission, Robert Height. Mayor and members of our City Council, I move into motion that we accept those members for our boards just mentioned.
All right, there's a motion. I think I see Councilmember McNair. Did you press your button, or is that from previous, Jennifer? Okay, can you clear that? All right, so motion by Councilmember and Chairman Hare to approve the following persons for the prospective boards is read and seconded by Councilmember Thompson. Any discussion on that motion? All right, Council, I'll look to you for your votes. Who are we missing? All right. All right, motion carries. Congratulations to all the members of the various boards for your new appointments and those who are returning for reappointments. We appreciate your hard work and dedication. Also, before we move to adjourn, I'd like to acknowledge our former council member, Antonio Jones, snuck in the audience there, but good to see you, sir. All right, so council, with that, I'll look for a motion to. Councilmember Banks McLaughlin?
I'm sorry. Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to, for those who are tuning in, that we do still have some vacancies available. So please be out on the lookout, and hopefully we can get those vacancies filled. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Good point. All right, so motion to adjourn. All right, have